Hey everyone, it's Lexi Turner here, and I welcome you to today's episode of Confidently Me, where we have real conversations about confidence, growth, purpose, and becoming who we are meant to be. One of the things that I've learned through these interviews is that confidence looks different for everyone. Sometimes it's found through leadership, sometimes through challenges, or sometimes just through trying new things and stepping outside of your comfort zone. Today's guest has an inspiring story of service, dedication, and her passions to create opportunities for others. And I'm so excited to learn more about her perspective. She is a driven and compassionate young woman who is passionate about leadership, service, and the positive impact of athletics. As the founder of Play It Forward, she works to expand access to sports equipment for youth while encouraging young people to discover the confidence, teamwork, and opportunities that sports can provide. She is a freshman at the First Academy, where she maintains a 4.7 GPA and serves as a peer nominated club volleyball captain and yearbook journalist. Dedicated to serving her community, she has also volunteered more than 100 hours as a summer camp counselor. In the future, she hopes to pursue a career as a sports broadcaster and use her voice to inspire others through the power of athletics. So please give a big welcome to our very special guest, your America's Ideal Miss Southern Coast Junior Teen, Ava Folvarcik.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to chat with you, Lexi, and thank you for on your series today.
I know, I'm so excited.
And that was quite a
Well,
feels so special. Anyways.
I know. I'm so excited. Each interview has been so unique and amazing, and this one is just going to be the cherry on top.
Oh yeah.
So, before we get started, what's something people might be surprised to learn about you?
A fun fact about me that I tell a lot of people that I meet is that I actually speak Latin, and I'm going into my 3rd year of speaking Latin. So it's really fun because when I first entered Latin, I was like, this is a dead language. No way, this is going to be so hard. But it turns out that I've learned so much more from not just learning about the language, but learning about the history of our worlds. And it's been so cool. And I get to actually understand English more now that I've learned Latin. So it's pretty cool to see those 2 combined together.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
That's super fun. Learning new languages is always cool. At my school next year, I think I'm gonna take Spanish 1,
Oh,
so I'll
yeah.
finally. I mean, I've done some Duolingo in my days,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
I'll have a school course on it.
yeah. Of course, with a teacher.
Exactly. Exactly. So, when you hear the word confidence, what does it mean to you?
For me, I think it's more of understanding yourself, who you are as a person, and not really relying on other people to tell you that. Because when you
Yes.
go up to pageantry, you have high expectations, or people have high expectations for you, and you may not walk away with the crown every single time. But when you set goals for yourself throughout that week and you're proud of how you did, then that's what truly matters. And that's what gives you confidence as a person, and not relying on compliments from others, but internally you understanding who you are.
That's so true. I always say that during that national pageant week, the confidence doesn't come from that, but the confidence comes from the preparation. If you
Yes.
don't walk away with anything, or if you even walk away with that national title, I mean, that's amazing. But all of that confidence came from all of the hard work that you put in along the way.
Mhm.
That's so important to remember that, because that will lead you to be truly confident in that week of the national pageant.
Exactly, and I think understand that firsthand from all our mock
Oh,
interviews
yes.
with and the Virginia direct.
Yes.
So I'm so grateful to them for the mock interviews. It's truly
Oh,
helped,
yes.
and I
So
feel
awesome.
yeah, it's amazing, and we get to come
Yeah,
to
because those can, I mean, they can get a little bit expensive whenever you're doing them with coaches, so just having the opportunity with the directors to do that is just so cool.
yeah, amazing.
So, could you tell us a story of a time when you had to step outside of your comfort zone and trust yourself?
I think For me, it's just going into pageantry. I started when I was in 5th grade, and I really started just because of my 2 older sisters, Annabelle and April. So, kind of trusting their lead was my thing because 'cause I'm the younger sister. But when I took that risk, it was like, I don't know this whole pageant world. I don't know all these girls, and there's girls
Mhm.
been competing years before me. So it has been truly a journey to navigate this pageant world and everything
Oh,
it has.
yes.
But I'm so grateful that I took that leap because without the pageant world, I wouldn't have these opportunities with Ideal Miss, with
Oh,
Kanisha,
yes.
and volunteerism and making my own platform, Play It Forward, and donating to different states and learning how to talk to people comfortably.
Oh,
So
yes.
I'm truly so grateful for that and everything that the pageant world has given me.
I mean, you go into pageants thinking that you know everything about it, but then whenever you start actually doing them, it's like there's so many different layers.
I know, yes, it's like
You're
keep
like, "What
up.
is fun fashion?"
Yeah,
I've only seen, like, Miss America, Miss Teen USA, what's fun fashion? Like, I mean, that's how it was whenever I started. I was like, "Oh, that's a thing," and since most people don't know this, but my mom was actually in the USA system. She was Miss Florida Teen USA. So
you're
she was first runner up at Miss Teen USA.
well, congratulations to her, oh my
I
god.
know. Whenever she saw Miss Teen USA, she was like, "I need to get a picture with her." I was like, "Okay, okay."
Yeah,
But anyway, she was like, "Oh, what's this?" But I mean, and it can be so intimidating meeting all the new people,
sure,
and
yeah,
especially whenever they all know each other and you don't. That can definitely be one of the hardest parts of pageantry, in my opinion.
yeah,
But I mean, but then you also have the opportunities like we are today,
yeah.
with me talking to you and getting to know more about you and everyone getting to see it and just I mean, we get to know more about each other just from doing these kind of things, which I think is so cool.
It's amazing, and pageantry gives you these built-in sisters, like America's Ideal Miss
Oh,
Florida.
yes.
I don't feel like we
Oh,
would've
yes.
as without the system, and it just feels so we feel connected and like a family in my eyes, and it's just something I would never trade anything for the world.
Oh, yes. I mean, there's just so many friends that I thought I wouldn't have. I didn't know I would have if I didn't have pageants and Idol Miss. There's
Y
just so many different things.
yeah, like
Definitely. So, was there a specific moment when you began to see yourself as a leader?
it would have to be the first time I went to my new volleyball club when I was nominated as peer captain on my volleyball team, which you read before on my bio. But that moment, it was my first time. I remember walking into the club, and it was my first day there, and I knew a little
Mhm.
bit beforehand just because they went to my school, but I was walking into this new area, this new building with different people that I've never met before, and it was a little intimidating at first because you can be the newbie, the,
Oh,
rookie,
yes.
so it could be intimidating, but, um, I remember that first practice, I instantly clicked with a lot of the girls, and with clicking with them for the first couple practices, they ended up voting me as the peer nominating captain, and that was just such like joy in my heart because they could rely on me even in the biggest and the best moments, but also in the worst moments. And that just means so much that they can depend on me as a leader. So I'm really grateful for that.
Oh, definitely. I think that's extremely relatable for everyone because I feel like whenever you're meeting new people, you can make that choice of do you want to be confident and go get up, speak up for yourself and go talk to new people and make new friends or not. That's where
Yeah,
confidence growing in you comes in because
yeah,
you need to work little by little to bring that up and go meet new people, like we were just talking about with pageants.
yeah. And I'm so grateful that I'm very outgoing and I love meeting new people. So it was really
Oh,
easy,
yes.
at least for me to, talk with you, even though this is like our first time really talking as a conversation and with the new in my club volleyball. It was, yeah, I love meeting new people wherever I go.
Oh, oh yeah. I mean, I've always been pretty outgoing, but I feel patches have made me even more outgoing because you're never going to connect with people if you don't just walk up and join the group and talk to them, you know?
Yep, exactly.
How has athletics helped shape your confidence and mindset?
One of the biggest examples that I give when I talk about athletics is when I was in first grade and I really loved basketball. I picked up a basketball and I started
Mhm.
playing hours. But with that, being a girl in a male dominated sport, you have men coming up to me saying, "Oh, well, you're not going to be as good as me just because you're a woman." So,
Oh,
with
yeah.
that, it is very challenging, and I had to get over that stigma of saying that men are better than me at a sport. But when I did, I understood that if I put the determination and I start really focusing my mind on the sport, then I can be just as great as any male.
Oh, yeah.
And I hope that youth can understand that, and when they set their mind on a sport or they really truly love a sport, don't listen to what other people are saying about you because in the
Yeah.
end of the day, your dreams, you go follow it. It's no one else's.
I mean, I can definitely see how that shaped who you are today because I mean, you're here being confident and not I mean that it's so crazy how things come full circle like this conversation is right now because what you were just talking about is the same as you need to shape your own confidence and know that you are you. You are created who you are meant to be. You weren't meant to be a man and play this sport. You are a woman and you can do the same thing that men can.
Yeah.
And maybe you'll even do it better, who knows?
Yeah. I think athletics have truly shown
Exactly.
that I can be like you can be great as long as you just set your mind. And that has shaped me now because it
Yes.
applies not just into athletics, but academics, pageantry, job opportunities. You gotta keep striving for your goals and keep going for what you want.
Oh, yes. Definitely. What inspired you to create Play It Forward?
Back in 2021, when the pandemic hit, it was taking a toll on the whole world. And I remember being this girl that was like not really active in her community. She knew somewhat of community service, but not to the length of going out and really helping people and making baskets for them and care packages. But when the pandemic hit, my mom and I and my family, we all started making PB&J sandwiches in our kitchen and giving them to our local food bank. And that was really what sparked me into wanting to help people. And then obviously back in first grade when I figured out that I loved basketball and then volleyball later in later years, that I wanted to combine those two passions of helping people and wanting others to find their passion in sports. So then I created Play It Forward, and that has truly made a difference because I have donated to 14 different states in the US with Play It Forward and to different organizations such as Ronald McDonald Houses, YMCAs, Boys and Girls Clubs, CASAs, and just many organizations. And I've made my own website as well. So it's amazing to see my platform blossom into something that I would have never imagined over 5 years ago. So it is amazing also how pageantry has helped me with that into becoming
Oh, yes.
who I am today.
I mean, before I started pageantry, I didn't even really know about community service. Like, I knew what it was, but I didn't know how to do it or where to start. And I don't like to say that pageantry, like, makes you do community service, but I think that it gives you a platform to do community service, you know? Like, I've also heard of so many people, I think it's been mentioned in previous interviews about feeding the hungry. Ideal
Yeah,
Miss platform, which I think
yeah,
is super cool because if you don't already have your own and you're competing at Ideal Miss, you're able to feed off of that and maybe find your own passion.
yeah. It's amazing, and I think pageants give you that boost of what you wanna do,
Yes.
what and I'm just so extremely grateful for it.
Oh, so grateful. I mean,
Yeah,
I just feel like I wouldn't have some of the skills and know some of the things that I do today if I didn't have pageantry.
yeah, for sure.
So, through your platform, you've helped create opportunities for others. How has serving others impacted your own confidence?
There's this one time I went to the Ronald McDonald House, and for the Ronald McDonald House, it is for children who are sick and their families need a place to stay. So what my mission was when I went to donate to the Ronald McDonald House through Play It Forward is donate sports equipment for those kids who are like seeing their sisters or brothers in the hospital and they need an outlet to take their mind off of the struggles. So that's what Play It Forward was. And When my first donation to Ronald McDonald House with Play It Forward, I delivered over 3 bags fulls of sports equipment, and seeing the faces
Oh,
of
wow.
children, they were I put them in this little grass area with a playground, and seeing the kids immediately go grab a sports equipment, it truly just made me smile inside because I got to see that it's leaving a real world impact. And it's not just this idea of, oh, I have my platform, play it forward, but it's a real world scenario where kids can possibly find their future career through sports and they get to have this mental
Yes.
outlet from the struggles that they were going through. So it is truly amazing seeing that my
Oh,
platform is a difference in my community.
seeing all the dreams that you always have for your platform is just so cool to, like, actually see it come to life. It's just the best feeling.
It makes my heart
I
fuzzy.
mean, I know. It's like, "Oh, wait, this actually happened. I've been thinking about this for forever."
Yeah,
I just love that so much. It's such a great feeling.
it is. It truly is.
So team sports often require, like, a lot of community communication and trust. What have they taught you about believing in yourself?
My volleyball coach actually says this all the time. She says that volleyball is a game of mistakes. And I couldn't agree more because you have 25 points that you're trying to gain in a set, and you're not going to get all those 25 points in a row. You're going to make mistakes along the way. And I've learned that you can't let those mistakes affect you. You just got to move
Oh,
on,
yes.
fix it for next time, and keep moving forward. So I believe that trusting your teammates also goes along with that. But not only does moving on from mistakes in athletics, but also in life. You're going to make mistakes, and you might make a mistake, but in 5 years, will it really matter? It won't. So you got to just move on, understand what it was, and keep growing as a person.
Oh, oh, yes. I agree with that 100%. And as a volleyball captain, how do you lead confidently while still encouraging your teammates?
I think understanding who my teammates are as people. So being the captain, I have that experienced all the highs and all the lows. So especially this one time we were at a tournament and it was the final game and it feels like it was out of the movie, but we were in the final game and we were losing by 10 points. And we had to my coach called a timeout. We all were talking. After he finished speaking, I stepped up as captain and I said, "Hey guys, this is a game of volleyball. This is something we love to do. So let's just have fun. Let's let the nerves ease out of our body and just play
Oh, yeah.
volleyball and rely on each other, communicate, and we'll do fine." We come back from that timeout and we get those 10 points right back. And we were back in the game and then we ended up winning it and winning the championship. So it's our movie moment.
Awesome.
It shows that good leadership and understanding who you're dealing with can make such a difference because it,
Oh, yes.
my teammates can rely on me as a captain and being a player on the court, and I can rely on them. So that communication between each other, it really goes to show that leadership goes a long way.
Oh, yes. Being a good leader is so important in sports and pageants and extracurriculars and academics. And I mean, just in adulthood and in life. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
something that you need to carry throughout your entire life. And it's just so important to learn that at a young age and be able to speak confidently, stand up for yourself while also portraying your points in a way that people can understand and just everyone's being respected. And it's just so amazing to see other young women doing that, and, I mean, it's just such a great point to remember.
Yes, I'm so grateful for volleyball and pageantry that has taught me these leadership skills that I can carry on to
Oh,
American
yes.
Miss. And if I was crowned, I would continue being a leader for other young girls who are looking up to me. So in my community.
Oh, yes. So, have you ever struggled with comparison, and if so, how did you overcome it?
For me, there's 2 different types of comparison. It can be comparison in sports, as I was talking about, where you can be at a certain level in your, athletic journey, but someone else might be better than you. So comparing yourself
Oh,
by
yes.
I've gotten over that over the years of playing volleyball and just understanding that I have to take it one step at a time. But also comparison in school setting or with other girls our age. We are at vital ages, 14 and 15-year-olds, 13, 14, 15-year-olds. We are all dealing with this age where we want to be like other people or we want the same thing other people
Oh,
have. But we have to understand that God made us wonderf beautifully and wonderfully, and we should all be unique, and we should be celebrating our
oh,
unique.
yes.
We're not supposed to be copy and paste versions of each other, but rather something that, "Oh, you play volleyball? Great. I play basketball." And we can bond over that, over the differences.
Yeah.
So I would say if you're struggling with comparison, to just be yourself. And I know we hear that all the time from our parents or our teachers, but it's truly such a great piece of advice because if you're not yourself, then you can't be anyone else. So just keep doing you.
Definitely, 100%, and I feel like social media is a big part of that too. I mean,
Yeah.
I know I say that all the time, like, if you look through his videos, I say that all the time, but it is, it's
Yeah.
so important,
Mm.
and just there's so many negative things that you can get out of social media. Body image, like, why does she look better than me? Why is this photo so perfect? But, I think I said this in the last interview too with Sydney, they're just snapshots.
Mhm.
They're just little snapshots, you don't know what happened before. But on the bright side, that's why I'm creating this podcast to put something positive into the social media world. And I mean, just all these pageant girls, and yes,
Yeah.
to put something positive. Because whenever you're scrolling and you see something negative, and maybe maybe hopefully somebody will see one of my videos and they'll be like, oh, that really inspired me today. And that's really just my biggest goal
Preach.
with
Yeah.
social media and my platform and just this podcast in general.
I'm so proud of you for making this podcast because
Ah,
it
I
probably
know.
a lot of effort and a lot of dedication, but you have truly shown that you want it and you work for it every single day and every single week.
Thank you. Yeah,
Welcome.
it's just thank you. And it's really just another I mean, just like we were talking about before, it's like one of those dreams that I was like, "Oh, I've been thinking
Yeah,
about for so long," and I'm actually doing it, and this is like my 4th episode or something, and I'm like, "Oh,
it's so real because you never know. Like social media is crazy. You could be scrolling on a video and then the next one is yours and it inspires someone that day. And they're like, let me,
I know." And
I,
I'm like,
I
"Oh, wow, that's
yeah,
actually crazy that that's even a possibility." And I actually started at the perfect time too because it's since it's before Ideal, so I was like, "Okay, I'll interview Ideal title holders."
yes, I love
And
it.
I was like, "Yes!" That it wa
Yeah,
I was so happy that it started at that time. God has a plan, I know it,
he does.
because it was just so perfect, and it had, like, the perfect amount of time to do just enough, and I was like, "Yes!"
It's perfect. And I'm so glad to be interviewing with you today. I mean, I was so
Definitely.
DMs me and I was like, yes, like I get to interview with Lexi and we get to have a conversation because
Yes.
as
Thank
you are
you. I'm
professionals.
flattered.
Yeah,
I feel like a celebrity right now, like,
yeah.
"Yes! I got on your podcast." Yeah.
For truly. I feel so special and honored that you would want to interview me. And I feel the same way towards just so amazing that we get to
Well,
have a
whenever I was thinking about this, I was like, "Of course I need to interview my Florida sister queens, or at least some
yeah,
of them,"
of
because I
course.
was like, "Why not?"
Yeah, to me.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, well, moving on, getting off of our
Oh,
never-ending train of thought.
yeah.
Okay, so maintaining a 4.7 GPA is super duper impressive.
Yep.
So, how do you handle pressure and stay motivated?
For me, pressure just comes from being seeing all my passions come together. I look at pressure as something to be grateful for,
Oh,
and
yes.
I don't look at it as something like a to-do list. I just think of it as something I should be thanking God for every single day. So with being in academics and AP classes and 4 honors classes, I have to always make sure that I have that done, and I'm so grateful that because I actually love school, like, believe it or not, and I love math, which a lot of girls don't, but I
I
love.
do. I love math.
Yes, math. Look at us math girlies.
I like it's like I have a problem, and then I need to solve it.
Yeah. Oh, I
And and at my school, I'm very grateful to have, like, an amazing math teacher. So,
yeah,
I mean, he's really good at using math, and it's, like, fun. I don't know. It's like I learn the new thing, and then I there's, like, specific lessons that I like, like, it's actually,
yeah.
like, enjoying to do.
It
I'm like,
yeah.
"Yes, I have homework for math." I mean, it's
So
better than other homework, so
yeah, exactly. With me actually liking school and English and math, it carries on
oh,
to,
yes.
okay, I have to do school first, no problem. After school, go to volleyball practice for about 2 hours, do that, have a little Ava time, eat some dinner, and then, do homework and then keep d just keep doing that because for me, it's not really pressure. It's just keeping on top of things, not procrastinating. And I think it's easy for me to be on top of it because I love what I do. And it's just so amazing to
Yeah.
see all my passions are coming together and I can see my life unfolding for me. So,
Oh, definitely. Like I said before, God has a plan. It's all
yeah,
it's all unfolding perfectly,
yeah,
one step at a time.
yeah.
So what is one challenge that you faced that ultimately just made you a stronger individual?
I think, like I said before, with me being stereotyped by men saying that I can't do basketball, that truly just, even when I was in a little in first grade, carrying up to middle school, a lot of kids would be like, "Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that." But with those trials, it has taught me to become a better person and to not listen to other people's critiques about me. And I'm so grateful for all of those people who have said that I can't because they made me help me believe that I can. And that is just something that I'm so grateful for. Even all the trials and all the hardships, it has brought me to become a better person. And look at me now. I am on my varsity basketball team. I'm on my varsity volleyball team. I am my peer nominated captain. And I'm just continuing to take these leadership roles, be a role model for others to show that you can't let anyone stop you from becoming the best version of yourself.
I think that's something that definitely like a lot of people needed to hear because I for me and another reason for this podcast is because I've hearing other people's stories about how they grew their confidence, I feel can help you grow your confidence
Oh, yeah.
because I mean, there's just so many different tips and tricks and mindset things that go into becoming truly self-confident. And just hearing other people's stories is a great way to take that first step.
And it inspires you because when I hear you have done
Oh,
this,
yeah.
accomplished it, I'm like, okay, this gives me hope. This gives me something I can look forward to. Like, if I come across something that I'm struggling with, I can look at Lexi as a role model that I can follow. So it's more glaze, I know, but
I
it's,
know.
yeah,
I know.
but truly, and it's,
I'm
you
gonna
don't,
have to show this to my friends. I'm gonna be like, yes, somebody did say this about me. I think y'all need to step it up with the compliments.
oh my gosh. Anyways, yes, but you're
We
really,
are like cracking each other up today.
yeah, we're yapping over here. It's okay. I'm loving this.
I
Keep
know.
it.
I know. Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
How has being a summer camp counselor helped you grow as a person?
It's taught me to deal with even the little ones, the 4-year-olds to 12-year-olds. They are just such a bundle of joy, and when I first went to camp, I was bombarded with all these little kids coming at me, and they wanted to hug me and get to play volleyball with me and just continue and look up to me as a role model. So whenever I had those 4 weeks of summer camp to be with them, it just made my heart
Mm.
so because gave me a break from reality. I got to focus on them and really understand who they are as a people and to play with them, have fun with them wherever we are, whether it's an Uno or we're playing volleyball outside. So, and my favorite moment was when they would go to the arts and crafts room and I would be in the community room, as we called, where we would have little fun games like sharks and minnows. And when they would come back from the crafts room, they would bring me these twisted bracelets and all this different jewelry, and they would, like, hand it in my hand and be like, "Look, Ava, like, I got you this." And I was like, my heart is literally crying right now.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
it was so sweet and just shows that leave an impact in those kids' lives that they will hopefully remember and that they can just truly be themselves. Made
Oh,
me
yeah.
so happy, and I continue to go this summer as well and be a leader. So I'm so excited and I'm looking forward to that.
Have you gone to the same one every
Yeah,
summer?
yes. So
Oh, so you probably get to, like, see some of the same kids. That's so
yeah,
cool.
so I'm really excited to see them. And there will be new kids because it is from 4 to
Oh,
12.
yes.
So when they graduate and they're 13, I won't see them as much, but I get to see new fresh faces and some old ones. So it'll be so nice to see new friends and old ones as well.
That's definitely cool that you get to see, like, the same kids every summer,
Oh,
because, I mean, that's where the I feel like that's where the real impact comes
yeah.
in, because you're just sharing that same message every summer. I mean, you have to remember that after hearing that for a couple years.
Yeah. I'm just so you wouldn't think like, okay, community service, it has to be kind of boring, but no, you can go out in your community and you can do something as fun as a summer camp leader and you're just playing volleyball with these kids, but you never know the impact you're leaving on their lives until you go out and try it. So I'm so grateful that I took that leap of faith into being a summer camp counselor leader and I've just made
Yeah,
little kid friends that I can always remember for the rest of my life.
definitely. So, now getting onto the topic of ideal. Holding an ideal title comes with a lot of responsibility. How has the America's Idol Miss organization helped you grow in your confidence?
With when I had the title in October, I was jumping into this new system, not really knowing anything about Ideal, but I'm so glad that I started doing the system and I went on this journey of America's Ideal Miss because truly, without Kanisha and my sister queens by my side in this pageant and the Ideal acronym and their slogan, setting the stage for life, I wouldn't know who I wanted to become as a person. And along that journey, I realized I wanted to become a sports broadcaster. And
Oh,
with Logan setting the stage for life and the mock interviews with Kanisha, she got to understand what I wanted to do. And then that's when we went to the news station today. And I got to apply my passion of becoming a sports broadcaster and really get a sneak peek of the news station. And it's just so amazing seeing how this pageantry is giving me so many outlets to life and something I will use for the rest of my life.
Jeff.
So it is amazing. America's Ideal Miss is the best. We love you.
Yes. I know we love you, Ideal.
Yeah,
Miss Neely, watch this video.
yeah. At Ms. Neely.
Yes, I'm gonna tag be like, watch this, please.
Yeah.
I
This is
mean I mean I mean, whenever I look at pageants, I agree with you. I see the future. I don't see that pageant. I see what is this preparing me for? Interview is helping me with my speaking skills and communicating with people, and hopefully I'll get a job one day and think back, "Oh, wow, this Ideal Miss interview really helped me for this." I mean, that's what this I mean, it really is setting the stage for life. And whenever a fun fact is that whenever I walked in to Idaho, Florida,
yeah.
so I was like, not like you were. I was not knowing what to expect. Like this was a new system.
Yep.
But the fun fact is that this is actually my like first big summer national,
Oh,
and I'm honestly just so grateful that I chose Ideal for that because there is just so many great opportunities throughout the year. And I mean, I can just tell that this is going to be such like a week of positive pageantry, and the girls are amazing. It's just, I mean, even if I don't come back to Ideal next year, which that may be a possibility.
oh,
Would I mean this organization is amazing. I mean, I feel like it really did set the stage for every other pageant that I ever go to.
yep. It truly is. And I feel like I'm so excited for nationals, even though I've never even been there before. I feel like
I
I'm
know.
having the best time of
And
my
I've
life.
heard all the stories and I'm like, this sounds so good. I'm so
Yeah.
excited. And then we had the meeting the other day and I was like, okay guys, this is getting real.
I had my book in front of me. I was like, "Yep, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that." Social media ambassador.
I know.
Like, I was
I
so
know. I know. I'm so excited.
Me
So, oh, a fun one since we're on the topic of ideal. What's
Yes.
your favorite point of the crown?
My favorite what? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Your favorite point of the crown. Impactful, dynamic, encouraging,
O
authentic, or loyal?
okay, I really love them all, but
Oh,
one that
yes.
resonates with me is authentic because I just feel like it's something that I can use in my daily life, and that's one of the 3 words I would describe me as, is someone who's very authentic because there can be some people who have this pageant filter, but for me, I'm just Ava. Like, I'm talking to you today how I would talk to a judge in the interview
Oh,
room.
yeah.
And I believe that's so important for girls to remember is that they should just be the authentically themselves. And like I said before, you can't be anyone else except your true the true you. And I really live on with authentic in my everyday life. When I'm walking with my friends in the school hallway, I'm like being myself, being Ava Folvarcik. So yeah, I
Yeah.
read that a lot.
And I mean, I feel like being authentic makes the path for all of the other ones, all of the other
Oh,
words as well.
yeah.
Because if you're authentic, then
It's
you can make an impact with a purpose just for you. You can encourage others. You're a loyal friend. And I mean, you're dynamic too, because I mean, it goes hand in hand with being authentic. Just
yeah,
so many different things. I love how they're all different, but they all go together,
it's
you
perfect.
know? I know.
Yeah.
Like, just kudos to them for
Yeah.
thinking of that. I mean, I
Yes.
I also didn't even know, like, I knew there was an acronym, and I knew, like, what it was and everything, but then at the workshop, they were like, "The points of the crown," and I was like, "Oh, I didn't even realize that there were
Yeah.
5 points to the crown."
Look at
I
that.
know, I was like, it got even smarter.
Yeah. And I love, like, setting the stage for life, of course. It's so
Oh,
amazing,
yes.
and it
It's
carries
such a
on
great slogan.
yeah, carries on more than just pageant week, but in your everyday life and something that you can look forward when you're starting a career or continuing in your future.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And whenever you, like, put in a hashtag, you know how it, like, tells how many times the hashtag has been
Oh,
used?
guys, we're like 15,000. I'm
I
like,
know, I'm like, "Wow, that's so amazing."
it's true impactful.
I
And
know, and I'll see people who,
time.
like, aren't even in Ideal, like, having that as their in their, bio, and I'm
Yeah,
like, "Wow, this is really just amazing to be part of an organization that just has such an impact."
it just goes to show it's truly making a difference.
It really is. So, what do you think more young women need to hear when it comes to your self-worth, and how can I grow that? Just what do you think they need to hear to help start bringing up their self-worth and improving their self-worth?
Be the authentically you can be. I've said this a lot, and we are just talking about authenticity, but
Yes.
it takes you a long way when you're being yourself. And I think for me, I've really understood this because in pageant interviews, I just go in being myself and authentic, and people love me for who I am. And if you put on a fake mask, and then it's hard to show your true self and your passions. So even growing up, if you're 12 years old and you're coming up to be a young woman, just keep understanding, be authentically you, and continue following your passions as you grow up.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, this brings us to our last question.
Oh,
I know. Okay. If everyone listening remembered one thing from today, what would you want it to be?
I want them to understand to be themselves and to know what ideal is because it is the best
Yeah.
is my eyes. And just to understand impactful, dynamic, encouraging, authentic, and loyal. Those are the acronyms, the 5 points of the crown. And those truly take you a long way, especially setting the stage for life as well. Just understanding those points and understanding that it's more than just applying it to a
Yes.
pageant, but it's applying it into real world. And when you're going into
Yes.
an interview, being authentic, when you're out in your community, making sure you're impactful, and everything else encouraging, you're on the volleyball court, you're being encouraging to your teams, dynamic, you're making new friends, and loyal, you're being loyal to everyone around you. So I
Of
want them to
course.
that and that it's more than just a pageant slogan, but something you can live your life by.
Of course.
Yep.
I love that so much. That's an amazing response. Everybody that's listening, listen up because very important. Listen up.
Yep.
Okay, we've clocked it a lot today.
We have. No, I
I
love
know. It's
talking.
important, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ava, thank you so much for joining me today and sharing your story. I really just loved hearing about your passion for athletics, leadership, and just helping others discover opportunities through sports and, I mean, things that they might have not known otherwise. Your dedication to serving your community and encouraging others is really just a great reminder that confidence grows when we work hard to make a difference. And everyone listening, remember, confidence is not about being afraid, it's about having the courage to keep moving forward anyway. Thank you guys so much for listening to Confidently Me. I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.